Okay, let's start at the beginning. Teresa in San Diego wants to know why you make such a big deal out of people confusing your title between Miss USA and Miss America. Isn't it a bigger honor to be called Miss America anyway?
Absolutely not. Everybody knows that Miss America, they're the girls next door, and Miss USA, they're the girls that you want to be.
I don't know that everybody does know that.
The Miss USA is just wearing a bathing suit. The other one, you actually have to.
There's talent in Miss America.
Well, the difference is, first of all, let me address the first part of the question.
Just look.
I don't get upset when people get them confused.
They've
made the
fairly
mistake
common.
all the time.
Right,
I mean,
yes.
it happens.
Yes.
What I do take offense to is when someone says it in a way where they're disrespecting you and they know it.
Okay, and you thought that,
be disrespectful.
that Porsha was being intentionally disrespectful?
Yeah, she rolled her eyes after she said it.
If you
that
saw
made me
it,
feel
she's spinning into her little
disrespectful.
story now. But if you watched it, as soon as I said it, I said Miss America, and she said Miss. I said, oh my God, I'm sorry. That was like, whoa, I'm embarrassed that I've invited this person and I have mistaken their title. And, you know, from our lunch when I met her, I think she was jealous from the moment she met me.
Jealous of what? That you're married?
Yeah.
Are you jealous of Porsha?
Let me think about that. Yeah, no. You know, here's the thing. When I met Porsha, I thought I was meeting someone who was a socialite, and I just felt it was very alarming because she just had this, like, oh my God, like energy, like this cheerleader energy, and she was very unrefined and very unsophisticated, and it was just a little bit disarming for me. Trust me, that's not a marriage that I would ever want to have.
Well, when I come home at night, what I would like to know is
to a marriage,
she is so celebratory of marriage, why out of all the girls who, when they first met her, asked her was she married, asked her did she have children, why did she get so offensive with me? Why did she just get this ultra hate for me from the very first time she met me? I would like to know that. Anyway, next question, because obviously her eyes hurt right now.
You got a lot of questions, Porsha, for you about all the cracks you made at Kenya about her age. Sandy in Jacksonville, Florida said, we should be inspired by women over 40 that are keeping it together, not tearing them down. Tell Porsha she'd better hope Cordell didn't just marry her to be a trophy wife. If so, she'll be dumped at 40 like Sheree was.
Oh, that was mean for Sheree. She's not even here. Anyways, every time I talk to her, she brings up my age. That was a shot at her because she had taken one at me.
Fair response, Kenya?
Porsha is a revisionist historian. When she insulted me and my age, it actually just speaks to how unintelligent that remark is. She's not Benjamin Button, who's aging backwards. And it is just ignorant to make a comment like that, especially when her husband is my age.
I want to talk about your party at the finale. Was it necessary to have those 2 security guards escort her out?
I felt like she definitely came to start a fight. I feel like her whole existence on the show has been about me, and she wanted to end it with it being all about me.
That's a lie.
So
every time you open your mouth, you're saying something about me, honey.
So the most interesting thing about Porsha is you.
You didn't know she's claiming the entire show is centered around her.
Why did you want her to be in BAPS?
BAPS was actually a very positive role. I felt like it was actually a compliment to her, and it gave, in my mind,
I feel compliment to show up with a gold tooth in my mouth and some blonde hair, but you got everybody dressed up as Hollywood stars. Are you crazy?
I'm just curious. I mean, well, Cynthia, what do you think? Is there any shade involved in asking someone to be Halle Berry from BAPS?
Well, I believe there was a little shade. I do. Because I know their history. And I know Kenya likes to throw a little shade, and we all do. I definitely thought it was a little shady.
Nene, you got very upset at Kenya that night.
Yes.
Why?
I kind of felt like Cynthia. She could have just let her on in. She is dressed as Halle Berry somebody. Just let her come on in. Let's just have a good time. And she eventually did. You know, you have to talk to that Kenya more. You know, you have to be like, Kenya, listen to me. And
Porsha, Cordell stood up for you really nicely at that party. Were you happy about that?
You know, my husband is always going to defend his wife. He's from New Orleans, so he does not stand for disrespect whatsoever. I saved her that night because I didn't, number one, send her a lawsuit and take her little money that she got. and my husband didn't touch anybody that night.
You think you overreacted at all?
What I think is that I made a mistake and I should have invited her.
You were
don't
the
do
most
that.
aggressive person that I have ever met in my life. You're so bitter and aggressive, it's ridiculous.
Girl.
You might want to stop flaring that in your eyes for your contacts get too dry. Anyway.